Actually, guys, I can actually please my wife. This is a false claim. Have you got a study that shows I'm not able to adequately please my wife? No, why is he using selective DMs to push this narrative?
Sex stuff, but at that point we were apart, and so I don't really care because she's not my partner at that point, and she's not my pet.
For the first time ever, I'm going to share these messages.
I am not able to satisfy my wife in bed, and that I'm a two-pump chump.
Actually, the two-pump chump was in relation to the ex. I'm not a two-pump chump. Let it be shown that the lies about me have now been debunked. She may have been trying to set up a six-man all-black no-turn-down piss gangbang orgy, but at least she wasn't saying that I was bad in bed at the time. Where's the coercion? It's such hope. She is asking for it. Literally asking for it here. Oh my god, it's such bullshit. It's such bullshit. He's just lying at this point. So guys, Hunter Avalone has responded to the drama, okay? Let's have a little look and see what he had to say for himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king has returned.
Oh no.
Welcome back, everybody, to another live stream, and as you can see, it is my first stream in the new setup, new apartment. Whoop whoop! Doesn't this look awesome, huh?
I am actually, look, I don't actually dislike Hunter, okay? I wish nothing but the best for Hunter, alright? I'm pleased for him. I'm glad he's got his new apartment. Good luck to him, okay? But what I don't like is the fucking cope shit. I find it cringe. I don't understand why he's done this stream at all, okay? It's died down already. It's already died down. It's already fucking done, right? But then he's gone and done a stream about it and just reignited attention into it. Although, admittedly, I don't think it's as big as it was before. Like, his tweet didn't get as much engagement, I think, because a lot of people have genuinely kind of moved on and don't care about this anymore. Chud, are you going to go over his email inbox? Probably not. Probably not. I doubt it, okay? I know I heard that he revealed his inbox. Apparently, it showed how much he's got left on his mortgage. And there was some other thing about a loan he was trying to get or something. I don't know, man. Look, I don't really care about his mortgage, okay? That's not really of interest to me.
Finally got my own apartment. Super fucking comfy in here. Living downtown. Very nice. Are people still going on about Hunter's divorce? Well, now there's like a bunch of rumors going on. Apparently, I got cocked by like 5 black guys. It's been insane. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
You already cashed out on his drama. Why can't he? He got humiliated. At least he can do is earn some money on it. I mean, apparently he's got a mortgage to pay off. So, yeah, that probably is true. But nonetheless, okay, that's fine. But the point I'm making is, if he wants to do that, he should have done that earlier. He should have done that fucking much earlier, okay? Maybe he was waiting to move into his new place or something like that. But going and restoking the drama after it's died down is a bad idea. Obviously, he's just going to try and fucking cope through it. But it's going to potentially reignite drama. And also, who's waiting in the background? Who's waiting in the background? You know who's waiting in the background, don't you? The Ghetto Gagger Supreme. The Bull Extraordinaire. Kingston. Now, listen. I got no control over Kingston, okay? Kingston is a fucking loose cannon, as far as I'm concerned, alright? I don't know what he will or won't do. All I'm going to say is I'm not sure if I'm not sure if you want an angry bull trashing around the place. That's all I'm going to say.
But yeah, finally got my own little apartment over here. Got my own little setup. Now I just got to get my own little haircut, you know? And voila, I'll be all good to go, okay? There we go. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? I've been like the talk of the town recently. It's insane, man.
I mean, okay. Listen, we don't need to pause at every opportunity, but what I will say is this. What's insane, like, I feel like people, like Hunter obviously is going to do this, but people from Hunter's side massively downplay the fact that someone trying to set up an all-black, no-turn-down, 6-man all-black orgy with possible piss play is, like, insane in and of itself. So, obviously, you're going to have an insane response. If there's an action around you or somewhat involves you that's insane, you're going to see an insane response to that.
Really insane. I wonder if he can see this. Congrats on the new place. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And of course I can see that. That means a lot. Thank you so much for your wonderful support. It means a lot. I need to make sure that you know, talk closer to the microphone. Are you avoiding Chud Logic? I haven't been online. I've been moving. I mean, look at it. It's clear. Like, I'm in a brand new fucking apartment. All right.
Who the fuck asked?
Yeah, the return of my sword. The sword has returned. Hey, my sword is the talk of the town, okay?
The thing is like, the idea that he's like avoiding me is a bit cringe, okay? I think what happened is this. Let me tell you what I think from my perspective happened, okay? Because bear in mind, one of the streams that I was covering this, right? He came by my stream and was watching. And one of the first messages he put was something along the lines of, I'm not sure if Chud is defending me or not, okay? He then said that he wanted to come on stream, okay? And first of all, I was like, if you want to come on stream, you can come on stream, but just be careful. You know, if you want to get your own story straight and do your own thing, that's fine. But you can come on stream if you want, okay? Let me just finish this. And he originally said that like he wasn't in my Discord, and it seemed like he was going to come on stream. I then showed a couple more screenshots of what I was talking about. And then all of a sudden, he was gone. You know, he was gone. Literally, just as I finished saying what I was saying, he was out of there. He was gone, okay? And he said, oh, I've got to go and view an apartment. He was like, I've got to go and view an apartment, so I can't come on stream. So if it was true that you had to view an apartment, right? Okay. Like, how could you have come on stream in any place? Because you would have had to go after like 2 minutes or 4 minutes based on the time frames. So that was a bit weird. After that, I messaged him, okay, and obviously there was a lot of jokes and memes and stuff like that I made about it. And I said, like, you know, look, I've made a couple of jokes about this. You know, I don't have like anything against you per se. Let me know when it's good for you to come on stream and we can talk about this or something like that. I said something along those lines to him. And he never responded. He never responded to me. And I know that he was on Twitter whilst around the time I sent that, roughly, because he was replying to tweets and stuff like that. But it's fine. I'm not going to fucking push the issue. If he doesn't want to talk to me, he doesn't have to talk to me. Okay? Whatever. But then, when Stardust was doing her stream, where she basically did a complete hatshit job against Kingston and totally defended and perpetuated Carissa and Hunter's narrative about this, Hunter, all of a sudden, was available to come on stream. He called in from like a hotel or something, I think, and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm out of town at the moment." You know, so it's like, okay, so you said you were going to come on my stream, then decided not to after watching my coverage for a couple of minutes. Okay, you then didn't respond to my message asking to come on, which is fine, whatever. I don't really care that much. Do what you want to do, but then you make this effort to go on Stardust stream. So what it presents to me is that he basically wants the Homelander interview, right? He wants to be able to go on a stream and just perpetuate his side of the argument and not actually engage with someone who's going to like meaningfully disagree or, you know, talk about some of the memes about this. That's my perception of it. So I don't know if it's like, oh, he's running scared. I hate that kind of cringe aspect. But he definitely doesn't want to speak to someone who's actually going to like challenge him on some of the claims that he's making about this. To be fair, it's probably a good move not coming on and getting devoured by chat. Yes, I said that to him. I said that to him when he asked about coming on stream. I said in the DMs, you're welcome to come on. But also, if you want to set up your own story, that's fine. I even said to fucking Carissa, you know, your best bet is to go and fucking do a stream or do a piece of content about this yourself rather than just going on to a random stream. You know, I'm a nice guy at the end of the day. I'm too nice, if anything. But I'm a nice guy, and I don't want people to, like, fuck themselves over just for the sake of my content, you know? But, you know, if someone wants to come on and talk, I'll obviously talk to them. But, yeah, obviously, going onto a stream like that and fucking, you know, it's a stupid idea. It's a stupid fucking idea, and it's a bad thing to do. But if someone wants to come on, then, yeah, obviously I'll talk to them. I don't have a problem with that at all. But yeah, I feel like the way they've dealt with this has been so fucking terrible. And I don't understand why They've done it like patchwork responses, and now Hunter's talking about it on a stream almost a week after the drama's largely died down. It's so stupid, man.
Sorry to hear about. Yeah, people are still okay. Whatever. So we'll talk about this in a second. So
You're so obsessed. You're so obsessed. The same fucking guy that after he announced his divorce had a debate with someone about his divorce. He put a video out about his divorce. Earlier, he's now privated it. He put a video out where he debated someone who apparently was lusting after his wife at the time. You know, it's like this guy, and this is what's so frustrating is people are entitled to privacy. I agree with that. Okay? I think that people should have some level of privacy they're entitled to in certain aspects. But when this guy is not just like not just like having his fucking wife on stream, that's one thing. He is literally fucking making her front and center of the content that he's doing. And then to turn around and be like, oh, you guys are just obsessed with my fucking private life. Yeah, dude, because you've made it a fucking topic of conversation.
He also noted that I am an ape and I should go F myself.
I was afraid you'd walked out on us. Don't worry, I'm not your father. Owned. All right. It's probably as good as it's going to get. It's okay. So, first and foremost, if anybody wants to support the channel, your donations will be greatly appreciated. Niwam, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Daily poop update. Haven't pooped yet today. Also, I'm out of the country right now. The internet is crap, so I can't stay long. Understandable. I love you all the same. Thank you for the donation. Gay from MacBox, thanks for the $2. Hunter, it's time to come out of the closet, my friend. Okay, well, maybe you would like that, my friend, but I am very much not.
Oh, hey, glitch poachers.
Pretty content. I'm content in the closet, okay? That I Hypocrite video was saying some really bad stuff. Yeah, of course.
Do you know what? Okay, listen, I'm not like, obviously I don't agree with I Hypocrite. I think I Hypocrite fucking, you know, I Hypocrite has said some very, very mean things about me in the past. But his video was actually quite measured. Like for an I Hypocrite video. He was largely just laughing at all the fucking memes. But he did like a black block over the nude images, the badly censored images, because he said, oh yeah, this could be revenge porn potentially. So yeah, I Hypocrite was actually fairly measured in his response, I felt. And I think he even referenced them as like, look, this is their private affairs, but it's just kind of funny, so I'm going to talk about it, right?
Didn't you just come out of the closet? Is Hunter about to go nuclear? Probably, yeah.
Oh no.
So, high value men don't decorate their walls. True, yeah. Okay. So depending on who you ask, Hunter Avalone is either a cuck, a soy boy, he got divorced by his wife cheated on him to have a gangbang with 5 black guys. Basically, depending on who you ask, what's the deal with Hunter Avalone, you're probably going to hear a fuck ton of different explanations. You're going to hear a lot of different answers. And that's because right now, there are a lot of rumors going on, particularly rumors that are incredibly...
He also noted that I am an ape and I should go F myself.
Thank you very much. I'm probably going to have to mute that, though, while I am in the middle of doing this segment here. But the reason that people are clinging to these rumors to the extent that they are is because it's a very convenient rumor. The idea that, like, Hunter is too much of a cuck and can't please his wife, apparently, is what the leaked messages said, which is not true. We'll get into that in a minute.
Oh my God.
Then that's a convenient narrative to believe. That supports...
Is he gonna do the, well, actually, I can please my wife. Actually, guys, I can actually please my wife. This is a false claim. Have you got a study that shows I'm not able to adequately please my wife?
Their view of me as already being the sort of soy boy cuck, right? So if I actually get cucked, that is a super convenient rumor to believe. So a lot of people did not care to think about the truth of the matter or really anything at all. They just kind of ran with it. So first and foremost, what happened? First of all, what happened?
I just want to say, I will admit my coverage was at times gratuitous, okay? I don't want to suck myself off too much in this, but I do feel that over time, I pieced together the fairest and most accurate narrative of exactly what had happened, right? I think there were certainly people that, like, just went in and they said things which aren't strictly true, like this gangbang piss orgy. Yes, it was after they agreed to split up. I still think it's funny to point out that it is literally very soon after they did, but whatever, that didn't actually happen whilst they were together. That's true. So that can't be used to say he's a cuck. But the thing is, from his end, regardless of what the true narrative is, okay, which you can find by checking out my coverage, you are just, you are just on hiding to nothing, trying to argue about whether or not you're a cuck. That is just a bad path to go down. And I don't think that you can really get good gains from arguing with people endlessly about whether or not you're a cuck. And I think that either Hunter was a cuck or he cheated on or something. Like there's some L that's got to be taken somewhere. But because Hunter is so desperate to not take an L on any of it, he just ends up looking really stupid trying to argue against all of these points. It's great that he's on this stream and he's doing this and he's talking about this. Obviously, the problem is going to start if he starts to try and do red pill debates. Is he going to be in a position where he's able to kind of argue against red pillars without them just completely, optically demolishing him by calling him a cuck endlessly?
Happened was this guy, Kingston Hawk, who is a Houston-based photographer, was doing some OnlyFans work with Carissa and me. That's right. I was fine with me and Carissa doing some OnlyFans stuff because she was going to keep it anonymous and I was also. And again, I see no reason why making money to also have sex with my wife at the time is anything other than a complete and total Chad move.
So stupid. Okay. Here's what's true. Here's what's true based on what I've seen, okay? And there are lots of different DMs and different screenshots that back this up. The long story short is this, okay? What is true is that Carissa was speaking to this Kingston guy in order to get OnlyFans advice, okay? That's true. It's also true that there were discussions between Carissa and Kingston about how to get Hunter involved in the OnlyFans side of things. Yeah? There's a certain element of truth to that. But this idea that the interactions between Kingston and Carissa was solely in relation to OnlyFans is wrong. There are, numerous screenshots that show that Carissa and Kingston were engaging in a very consensual sexting kind of conversation that didn't really seem to have any relevance to like an OnlyFans conversation. It seemed like she was wanting Kingston's BBC. And she was talking at length about how much she wanted to have his dick and how she wanted to ride him and stuff like this, okay? So this idea that it was just OnlyFans conversations is completely and totally fucking bullshit.
So I know there's going to be people that cope and seethe about that. That's not the problem, okay? And we will start by showing the first screenshot, which shows that Carissa did in fact ask my permission before doing anything with the OnlyFans or sending anything that was like a nude photo to this person for the business or anything in that regard. So.
Oh my God. Oh no. No, why is he using selective DMs to push this narrative? Husband for nudes. Realist is no room for being shy. Get all the way comfortable with being nude and knowing that no one's body is flawless. You are sexy and a ton of guys want to fuck you. Let that feed your ego and let that ego feed your ability to put on a show. Lol, sounds good to me. I do want to make sure Hunter is chill with it before sending nudes because we do try to be very honest with each other. And I'd rather him come around to the idea before showing much to anyone. He's not controlling at all, so I want to respect him enough to let him sit with the idea of other people seeing my nudes. Haha. The problem with this is that the extent of the messages between Kingston and Carissa go far beyond any sort of nudes being sent for the purposes of, OnlyFans work. They were sexting each other, and she was sending nudes for the purposes of sexting with Kingston, not for like, oh, what do you think of this angle? Is this going to do well on OnlyFans? It was fucking sexting shit. Oh my God.
Go ahead and show this.
Oh no.
Still sounds like cope. Well, yeah, what's going to happen is people are going to say cope no matter what, because again, they want to believe
it is
this.
cope.
So
it is cope.
Here's Carissa saying, I do want to make sure Hunter is chill with it before sending nudes because we do try to be very honest with each other, and I'd rather him come around to the idea before showing much to anyone. He's not controlling at all, so I want to respect him enough to let him sit with the idea. So, okay, clear as fucking day, evidence right here that Carissa was respecting me and that I was involved with this.
Not really, is it? It's not really clear evidence that Carissa is respecting you, because there's obviously other evidence that shows she wasn't fucking respecting you at all, and the things she was saying to Kingston and the level she was going to with this pure sexting. And also, all this shows is that, you know, she's claiming here to have had a conversation with you. Now, I think there could have been a conversation that occurred, right? But my guess, without seeing the conversation between Hunter and Carissa, is that Carissa played it up like, oh yeah, it's just for OnlyFans that we're going to be talking, and I'm going to be sending news for OnlyFans stuff. But the actual meat and potatoes of the messages do not actually have anything to do with an OnlyFans situation. In fact, I don't know if Hunter goes into this later, but I think one of the things that he kind of copes with is acting like Carissa was coerced into having more sexual messages. Maybe he brings it up later, I'm not sure. You know. Are these the messages? There's probably other ones that are more substantive, in fairness. I mean, these, to be fair, this is probably me being nice, to be honest with you. This is me being nice, showing these ones specifically. But you can see here the nature of their conversation, right? I'd also fuck my ex. He might last longer. I love your deviant side. Because then he lasted 2 pumps. In fairness, I think this is in reference to another ex, not Hunter. But if you look here, busting early, haha. I popped his cherry, so he didn't have much option, I guess. How long do you think you'd last? It's completely situational, but if I'm trying to impress, I won't let it happen for at least a while. These are probably the least salacious messages between the two of them that I could show you. But it's quite clear here that she is talking to Kingston about how long do you think I'd last? I.e., how long do you think you would last if you fucked me? Like, she at least, you know, in these messages gave across the impression that she wanted to have sex with Kingston. And it wasn't just an OnlyFans thing. And she did, in fact, want to have some sort of physical relationship with them. So, you know, it's just total cope to act like this is just an OnlyFans thing. It was just about the OnlyFans. It's totally and utterly fucking bullshit.
Okay, people that are saying cope, you're getting banned. And the reason for that is because, as I've said on Twitter, even if I say or lay out all the evidence, there are people that believe a certain thing about me. And so
yeah. That's going to help your case out, yeah. Ban the people that are saying cope. I'm sure that's going to help you a lot.
Going to continue to bring it up and continue to say I'm coping. Dude, this is sad. Why even humor this, Hunter? Because this has been like the top news cycle for the last fucking week, my dude. I have to talk about it. It's bullshit, but I have to talk about it. So we decided to do some OnlyFans stuff together with my permission. Absolutely fine with me. Everything was cool. Okay. Now the narrative is that Carissa left me to go do a gangbang with 5 black guys. Now a lot of these messages come from after we had announced our divorce.
So by the way, okay, I think that it's probably true that he was happy to do some OnlyFans stuff. I mean, he did the blowjob video, right? But he's using that as an overall excuse to the idea that he was comfortable with everything that happened between Carissa and Kingston. When if you look at the messages and the nature of them, they don't fit at all with what he's claiming to be fine with here. It's complete cope bullshit.
Do some OnlyFans stuff together with my permission. Absolutely fine with me. Everything was cool. Okay. Now the narrative is that Carissa left me to go do a gangbang with 5 black guys. Now a lot of these messages come from after we had announced our divorce. Carissa like contemplating doing like some like crazy sex stuff, but at that point we were apart, and so I don't really care because she's not my partner at that point, and she's not my pet. I don't control her, and if we are separated and have both agreed to see other people, then she can do what she fucking wants to do, so long as it's not, you know, putting me or the kids at risk.
Okay, so I can actually fill this narrative in a bit better. Okay, so what I believe is true, although Hunter announced the divorce, okay, on the 7th of June. So Hunter announced the divorce on Twitter on the 7th of June, okay. It is true that after that announcement was made, Carissa was talking to Kingston and speaking about trying to set up this gangbang. And what was actually being discussed was the idea that there was going to be a 6-man all-black gangbang. And she said that she was potentially comfortable with piss play, okay, as long as it didn't go, I believe, in a face. I think as long as it didn't go in a face or mouth, she was potentially comfortable with piss play, okay? Now, the problem with this is that whilst it's true those messages occurred after he announced the divorce, okay, he announced his divorce on the 7th of June, and she sent the messages to organise this gangbang thing on the 7th of June. So, I mean, take from that what you will, I guess. Take from that what you will, I guess. Now, here's another interesting element to this that I'm going to share on stream for the first time ever. I'm going to share these messages, okay? When I was talking about this last week, Hunter's roommate, alleged roommate, came to my stream and said that he had more information that I needed to hear before I spoke about this again, okay? And he was actually pretty funny. We had some banter. It was fine. It was no big deal. He was like obviously finding some of the memes funny, but was obviously trying to help his mate out, okay? Now, he sent me some screenshots of some DMs between himself and Carissa, and he claims that these messages are from the 27th or the 28th of May, and he claims that they show the two of them had agreed to split back on the 27th or 28th of May, and then it was on the 7th of June that Hunter announced this divorce publicly, okay? So I'll show you the messages. I've censored them. You have to take my word for it, okay? My word is my bond. I've covered up the name and the picture because the picture contains, Carissa with the kid, and I just don't want to show the name here just to be on the safe side, basically. But it is definitely Carissa's account that these messages are in relation to. And this here, I don't know what this was. It's not anything untoward. It was just like some Instagram video, but I don't know what it was, and I didn't want to. I'm just not putting it in there because it's completely irrelevant anyway. But it wasn't anything sexual or weird, just to be clear, okay? Anyway, so the blue messages are the alleged housemate, and these messages are from Carissa Bowl accounts, okay? So Carissa says, I talked to Hunter. And the housemate, Hunter's current housemate then, I believe. I wasn't expecting it to be that fast, fuck. Okay. She responds, it went well. I'm not sure exactly where we are going. Neither was I. It was sad, but I think he understood. And I think he's seeing where I'm coming from. He wants to find a place with you. I think deep down he probably understands better than he does on a more surface level. Lol, I'm more than down for that, in reference presumably to moving in together. So I think, assuming the dates are correct that he's claimed it is, obviously there's no dates to verify this here. I think what seems to be the case, based on what I can tell, is that in late May, after the DMs between Kingston and Carissa had happened, where they'd sexted, okay? That's an important thing to note, but nonetheless, I think that Hunter and Carissa had probably agreed to have some sort of separation or some sort of thing. Because obviously, we're talking about Hunter moving out. That suggests that some sort of separation, maybe to see how things go, okay? And I think that when Hunter announced his divorce on the 7th, I think that was genuinely a shock to Carissa, because I think the two of them had agreed to have some sort of separation, not like a full-blown divorce or something like that, right? So that then led Carissa to, freak out about it. And the claim that's made about this piss orgy gangbang thing is that she was doing that in order to generate money to help Hunter move out of the place and get the money for like a deposit or something like that. I think that's the claim that's made on top of that. So, to me, I don't really, that's the claim that's made. It's a bit suspicious now that he's got this place seemingly without this money. So it's like, did she really need the money that badly if Hunter's now in this new place and he seems to be doing okay? I don't know. That seems a bit weird to me. But anyway, I don't want to fucking delve too much into that. Obviously, some of this is a conjecture based on some of the information. But at the very least, I think that we can say that they'd agreed to some semblance of separation, which involved Hunter moving out at the end of May. I'm talking 27th, 28th, 29th of May. And then the 7th is when Hunter decides to publicly announce it, even though they haven't agreed to do so. Okay? So yeah. These are all lies. What bit is lies? What do you mean? Anyway, I just wanted to give you that little bit of extra insight that I've had shared with me. I felt that was kind of relevant just to bring that up.
So that was
okay.
fine. That's what a lot of people are getting at, though, this whole like Carissa left you for this other thing. But this is just not true. And I have a text message screenshot here from August 30th, 2022. And basically showing this is my friend texting me, doing all right. And I
Wait, what? I mean, I don't deny or disagree that the two of them had like issues and we're talking about their marriage for a long time. I don't really know what a message from August 2022 is going to fucking prove, but let's have a look and see.
responded, no, Carissa and I are probably separating. Again, in August 30th, we talked it over. Things are okay. I don't want to split the family up. I love them.
Wait,
Carissa and I are probably separating.
This? Doing all right. No, Carissa and I are probably separating. Okay. Oh, bro, no. What's going on? Talk to your bro. I'm here for you. Can you call? Yesterday, I had a panic attack because of the moving stuff, and I've definitely acted badly. Today, though, I've been with the kids all morning. We've had breakfast, cleaned up together, hung out, and watched a movie, while Carissa slept because she was up with William. Oh, no. Listen, I'm not... I don't... Okay, I think Hunter skipping over this is probably a bad idea because I'm willing. Listen, because I'm willing to like think the best of this. Okay, like I don't. Yeah, I mean, it could be it's probably one of the kids, right? Like, that's my view on it. But obviously, other people are going to look at this and go, oh, who's William? Who's William? So I think Hunter's probably skipping over this because some of this is like a bit embarrassing for him, which I do understand. But from his perspective, his best bet is to either cut it off or at the very least to speak on all of it so there's no doubt about exactly what it is that this message is saying. But unfortunately, he's going to leave doubt that people are going to fill gaps with insane conjecture. I think he should have just explained this in more detail, but anyway. She needed a sleep. Now both kids are out while they watch TV. I was on Twitter for the last 45 minutes, and I kid you fucking not, Carissa goes, I feel like your version of vacation is just sitting on Twitter and putting the kids in front of the TV. Because I didn't drop everything to make her lunch immediately. Fuck her. I mean, I kind of see where she's coming from with that, to be honest with you. I kind of see where she's coming from with that. Obviously, you know, it can be annoying if your partner is endlessly just on their phone when the kids are about and stuff, you know? You do need to make an effort to, like, put your fucking electronic shit away and try and engage with the kids. But yeah. Anyway.
Again, in August 30th, we talked it over. Things are okay. I don't want to split the family up. I love them. We're going to try to do marriage counseling. The idea of separation amongst me and my wife has been something we had been discussing mutually.
We talked it over. Things are okay now. Lol, a lot of what I said was just me being angry, but I expressed my feelings to Carissa and both agreed to try harder. I don't want to split the family up. I love them too much. We're going to get a marriage counsel. Okay, good. You want my honest opinion or should I leave it there? Lol, I already know what you think, but for the family is the best thing for everyone right now. No. For right now, absolutely. I think you should stay together for the kids' sake, but I really don't see her changing long term. I don't mean to discourage or bring down. I think staying. So this person obviously is saying that they think they should split up.
For over a year now, the notion that I was left for some other guy or some gangbang or got cheated on or anything of the sort is false. And these text messages right here demonstrate just that. The separation did not come because of anything to do with the OnlyFans thing. We had already been talking about separating. Tuesday.
So, okay, I mean, that could be true. That could be true that, like, they've been talking about separating for a little while. But it's, I guess for me, what I find kind of unusual is if you've been talking about separating for so long, doesn't it seem extremely unusual that now it's happened and it just so happens to have been within the weeks that Carissa was like pushing the OnlyFans kind of idea more, and she was talking to Kingston and she was sexting with Kingston, like, It just seems to me like even if that's true, it could still be an instigating factor. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't have hard proof that that is the reason. I just don't really believe this idea or this argument of like, well, we've been talking for separating for ages, so, you know, it's nothing to do with the fact that in the weeks before I announced it, she was sexting with this big black guy called Kingston. Do you know what I mean?
August 30th, 2022, doing all right. Carissa and I are probably separating. We'd already been talking about it then. So that's that. And so I'm trying to think like
also, God, I don't personally care about the trad shit. That's, you know, immaterial to me. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not like a trad red pill guy. But if that's true, that you were having these marriage issues and you were thinking about separating, I honestly don't know if you should be going around. I mean, it just makes it worse, the fact that he was going around flexing about having this trad marriage. And listen, look, I know I've got viewers that do care about the trad stuff, and that's fine. I'm not, you know, it's, you know, a difference of opinion, right? Like, I'm not into the trad red pill shit like some of you guys are, okay? But what I'm trying to get across is like, I can understand where if I was a trad red pill guy myself, I would look at that and I'd be like, hang on a minute, you've been fucking arguing with me or other people that think what I think, and you've been using your marriage as this crutch in debates to make this point that you're living the trad lifestyle. But actually, it's anything but that, you know? Actually, you haven't been living the trad lifestyle if you've had these marriage problems and have talked about splitting and stuff like that. And also, like you know, it just makes it even more hollow and shallow that he's used it as a dunking talking point, right?
Happened here. I mean, of course, the whole rumor that like I got cucked is just false, considering the fact that nobody cheated on anybody. Some of the leaked messages that were a little bit hurtful, some of the things Carissa was saying about me, I'm not going to lie, but a lot of that's also just kind of private stuff. At the end of the day, nobody cheated on anybody and nobody was left for another person. And if that were the
Okay, so he's had a nibble on an L there, but hasn't really bitten down hard. Who is the trad demographic in your audience? What the fuck, Lamau, news to me? I've definitely got some red pill types in my audience because I cover drama and shit, right? Like, they don't watch me because they agree with my views. They watch me because I cover stuff they like to watch or something, I guess. Trad incels. The trad incels in my audience. Okay, so he's talking about the hurtful stuff. Fine. Again, you know, I don't want to fucking listen. I don't want to go over all the fucking DMs again. Okay, I think I've shown enough, and you've seen enough, and you've heard enough about this. Okay, that I think it's pretty clear that the nature of the messages between Kingston and Carissa go beyond just like hurtful personal shit said about Hunter. I think it's pretty evident that they were sexting, and that goes beyond the agreement that you seemingly had about the OnlyFans stuff. If I was in Hunter's position, me personally, I would see that as cheating. I would see that as him as Carissa having cheated. If he wants to cope, so be it. But I think that a lot of people are going to look at that and at least going to see cheating.
the case, then me and Carissa would not have remained amicable to this point either. So basically, a bunch of these text messages are leaking everywhere. People are claiming that I got cucked. Again, I mean, I hate to be the like actually guy, but like if we want to look at the fucking definition of the word, nobody was cucked. Nobody got cheated on. Nobody watched their partner get fucked. Nobody allowed their partner to get fucked. Nobody did it for their own pleasure. None of that happened. And I noticed even the other day what Sneeko was making fun of me now. The guy that actually witnessed the girl that he said he loved getting fucked by another guy, the guy who is by definition a cuck, is trying.
Yeah. I mean, you have, what is this? Yeah, you have taken the piss out of Sneeko loads. Is there any surprise that he's going to do the same in return? What? Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, I think we all know that Sneeko isn't someone that is particularly concerned with fucking facts, okay? I don't think Sneeko is particularly fucking concerned with facts at the best of times when it comes to actual serious topics. I don't think he's going to look up the dictionary definition of cuck before he starts taking the piss out of you, because you have endlessly taken the piss out of him. Obviously he's going to fucking rip you for this.
Trying to make fun of me because Carissa sent some flirtatious messages to somebody, and that's it. We had a boundary. It was no physical contact with other men. All the OnlyFans stuff that leaked, I'm the only fucking guy in that content, you know? I'm the only man in any of those videos, okay, motherfucker?
Oh,
so that was the boundary,
so
and that boundary was respected throughout the duration of our marriage. But Sneeko actually was in love with a girl who he watched get fucked by another guy. And he's over here to try to make fun of me, calling me a cock.
By the way, you know, I don't want to sort of dwell on this too much, because it is, whilst it, okay, I'll just say it. Whilst it's true that there wasn't any physical contact that occurred with another man, I think going and looking at those DMs between Carissa and Kingston, it's pretty clear that she was at the very least floating the idea of them having a physical interaction with each other and talking about it and sexting about it, you know? I personally think that Carissa, someone who seemingly doesn't have this kind of history of like degenerate sexual activity and behavior, I think that talking about it was like, oh, it sounded nice. And then when push came to shove and the flights were booked for her to go and see Kingston and allegedly do a scene with the girlfriend, which, by the way, is total fucking bullshit cope, okay? You know, I've seen messages that suggest to me that it wasn't just about going to do a scene with a girlfriend. That was the cover for like what was actually going to happen, which is this discussion that they'd had about Carissa like sleeping with guys when she went down there. But anyway, nonetheless, putting that to one side, okay? I think that the reality of it is that, you know, she was excited by the idea of it, okay? But when push came to shove and it was the actual reality of going and doing it, she kind of freaked out and was like, oh, fuck. And that's why she ended up cancelling it and not going down there. Because, you know, you've got to think, if you're someone who doesn't have those kind of experiences, it sounds like great to do it if you're in like a sort of, you know, that situation. But then the reality of it can kind of freak you out. And that's why you then end up going, oh, shit, I'm not going to do it, you know? So I think that whilst it's true, there wasn't anything actually physical that happened. I think that, you know, Carissa was planning to make something physical, but just couldn't go through with it because it was kind of like the reality of it was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. If that makes sense.
It's like, homeboy, you're in no position to talk. It's mad projection. So as far as the like private hurtful nature of some of the messages, that's about all there really was. Like I said, nobody was cheated on and nobody was left for another person. And so all the like, your wife left you to go get gangbanged and shit is just bullshit. It's just crap. It's just real. So let's go on some more screenshots now also. The funniest rumor that's been going around is the one that, let's see, I am not able to satisfy my wife in bed and that I'm a 2-pump chump. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. The 2-pump chump. That's me, okay? I've gone from the guy you love to hate to the 2-pump chump. Apparently that's me. I had no idea. This was, of course, news to me as I was hearing that my wife said that I was inadequate, didn't satisfy her, and was a 2-pump chump. It's very, very strange for me.
Thank you for the super chat.
But then I saw somebody post the screenshot. So this is my guess. Is
this? Yeah, I think there was a two pump chump message, but that was in relation to her ex, not to Hunter. In fairness, but again, look, as much as I can look at this and go, okay, yeah, like I don't think the 2-pump chump thing was necessarily in relation to him. She did say other things about him that were totally shitty. Why are you like trying to debunk this? It's just such it's so cringe to be like, oh, actually, I think you'll find I can satisfy my wife in bed. It is like literally such an optical fucking L to try and fucking debunk that you can fucking not satisfy your wife.
I don't know who made a video initially, but this is my guess. 2-pump more than me. Yeah, some people, listen, I'm not a 2-pump chump. Okay, I'm a 3-pump chump. Let's be nice, okay? But
Thank you for the super chat.
I have a feeling this is what's been circulating, this screenshot. He lasted 2 pumps. I popped his chair because people are saying too, like, oh, so your wife took your virginity and then she left you? Let me guess. Did anybody see the video where it was cut like this? That's probably my guess, right? Well, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, that's right. People are lying.
Oh, no. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? He is showing that screenshot I showed earlier, to be fair. I wonder if he's going to address the fact that she's talking about how long do you think I'd last at the bottom here. Probably not.
She says,
we'll see.
This was a hypothetical. Like, what would like a hypothetical thing look like? She mentioned fucking her ex to see if he's as good as she remembered and that he was only a 2-pump chump. So she wasn't even talking about me. She was talking about her ex, who I already knew was a 2-pump chump, who I also would joke about with her. Oh, about him being the 2-pump chump, the Minuteman.
Oh, no.
So
what?
People
Hunter,
are spreading this,
no.
Apparently, you guys hear it here, okay? I'm the 2-pump chump, but actually I'm not because she's talking about her fucking ex-boyfriend here, not me.
No.
So, another fail.
Actually, the two-pump chump was in relation to the ex. I am not a two-pump chump. Let it be shown that the lies about me have now been debunked.
Are you surprised when you found out she wanted to get gangbanged and peed on? Anytime she expressed a legitimate interest in that was after our relationship had ended, so I don't care.
Okay, why lie like that, though? Why lie? If I found out that my ex, the day that I'd announced our fucking divorce, not that we were married, but, you know, if like I'd, you know, the day after or in the weeks after we'd arranged to split, if she was trying to set up all black gangbang piss orgies, I would have a feeling about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, I don't care. I'd be like, that sounds fucking insane and gross. What the that's crazy. Why is she doing that? I would be deeply upset and disappointed, especially when I realise we've got kids as well. The thing is like, okay, I'd be upset if my ex was on a date with someone else after 2 weeks, after we'd been together for years. Because I would kind of feel like, whilst I'm not like trying to fucking control my ex, it's like a quick fucking turnaround to move on, isn't it? 2 weeks, what the fuck? But like, setting something up that extreme is a whole other level, and yeah, I would have feelings about it. I don't know how, it just feels like a complete lie to act like, oh yeah, I don't care. Don't care at all. No, that's just a lie. Just be honest. Why not just say, yeah, it's obviously shitty that she was trying to do some insane sex acts after we split up.
Hunter, I don't think this is the flex you believe. Okay, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, like I said, some of the messages are still a little bit hurtful and whatnot, and there's definitely things that I wish she hadn't said. But like, at the end of the day, no one was insulting me or my performance in bed. So, cope. She may have been trying to set up a 6-man all black no turn down piss gangbang orgy, but at least she wasn't saying that I was bad in bed at the time. Dude, what is this code, man? It's wild. Oh, and then boy. I want to talk a little bit about the actual Kingston guy.
Here we go.
You'd be her ex at that point too, no? No. So Kingston Hawk, like I said, he works in the OnlyFans industry, and originally he was helping Carissa. And like kind of coaching her a little bit with stuff, which was, it seemed like legitimate. I mean, you can see from screenshots here at least. Oops, hold on.
Oh no, why did he share his email box, man? Why did he share his email box? No! Listen, guys, I'm not gonna look at it, okay? I'm gonna do the decent thing, all right? Fuck. Apparently, people have already seen some pretty insane shit in there.
Whatever. This was so Kingston Hawk was a guy that was helping Carissa for a little bit with the OnlyFans stuff. Again, with my knowledge, and I was fine with it. And so basically, Carissa like stopped responding to him for a little bit, and he no joke got butthurt and dropped a video leaking all of her anonymous OnlyFans stuff. And what he did is he leaked
the anonymous OnlyFans stuff, which had her face on, by the way. But anyway, I agree that the video was excessive in its scope. And it was, you know, unnecessary to do the video. It was just this idea that there was some shit talk behind the scenes. She'd ghosted him, so he was freaking out about that as well. But certainly, yeah, unnecessary to release the video.
Photos that he barely blurred on YouTube, mind you, showing nude photos of Carissa. And then what was worse is what was supposed to be an anonymous thing, he attached her legal name to it. So by definition, that is revenge porn. Because you have taken photos of somebody in a compromising position, and those photos were sent and acquired by, or they were sent by a person who had what is legally known as a reasonable expectation of privacy. She had a reasonable expectation of privacy, especially because she was there anonymous. There was the anonymous factor. Your ex-wife posted her nudes on Twitter. It was under the anonymous factor. By linking...
Oh, God, this is so bad. Under the anonymous factor. I mean... Yeah, it wasn't the same name, but a fucking face was in it. Like, how can you claim anonymity when your face is in it? How do you think people get fucking doxxed and found out and all this stuff? It's because of their face. It's because the face is the easiest thing to go, oh, look, they look the same. Oh, my God. So stupid, man.
It to the legal name, that is where the law was broken. Did the original video get taken down? He did absolutely take the video down. He admitted that it was a misunderstanding, and I am now taking this and escalating it to law enforcement. This is abso-fucking-lutely revenge porn. People are coping hard saying, oh, what, is it just that they didn't pay her for the OnlyFans stuff? Some of these photos were sent just to them, just to that guy, because he was helping her with the OnlyFans stuff. And then he leaked it in order to malign her and attack her and also throw me under the bus also. He did so with malicious intent, leaked photos that were completely revealing, absolutely over the line for YouTube. The blur was like 1% blurred. It was a complete fucking joke. And then he attached her legal name to it. All of this is revenge porn by definition. I have read Houston law. I have read the law here where I live. It is fucking revenge porn.
So, you know, the thing is like, I think that I said from the start that it could legally be revenge porn. Certainly, it could be legally considered revenge porn, but I don't think that Kingston's intent is quite as malicious as Hunter is making out here, okay? Certainly, releasing the video was unnecessary. The excessiveness that we released was unnecessary, sure, yes. However, I think that Kingston, and I don't think it was a rational thing to do, but he did definitely have some fear that his name was being maligned somehow or somewhere. And you need to remember as well in this that Carissa had booked flights to go to Texas to see Kingston, to do OnlyFans stuff with a woman. Also, my understanding is to also have, you know, physical interactions with other men too. But nonetheless, put that to one side. And then, so Kingston's perspective is she's coming down, right? And then out of nowhere, for his perspective, she cancels the flights and ghosts him. So he's kind of sat there like, well, what the fuck's going on there? He then gets wind, allegedly, that behind the scenes there's some sort of shit talking going on about him. I don't know what he actually thought was going to happen. I think the idea that they were going to come out and do something publicly about Kingston is probably a bit silly, because why would they want to bring more attention to it? But what was funny about it is that when Kingston released his video, when Carissa came out with her statement, she instantaneously tried to perpetuate this narrative that Kingston was coercive with her and that she was just complying with what he wanted to get the OnlyFans advice, even though the messages do not in any way line up with that narrative whatsoever. So I just always thought it was quite funny that Kingston, in releasing the video, Carissa responded, which obviously happened after the video was released, but the narrative she perpetuated was like something that if you heard behind the scenes, you'd probably think, what the fuck, they're trying to call me a fucking sex pest. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how planned that was or how thought through that was, but I just, it feels like Carissa, put down a narrative which now Hunter is still using to try and malign Kingston. And whilst I think there's definitely things that are relevant criticisms of Kingston, like releasing the video, like not blurring the images and stuff like that, the extensiveness of the information he released, definitely criticisms there. This narrative that he's this malicious revenge pornographer that just released it in response because he was upset about getting ghosted, to me, just doesn't line up with everything that I've looked at with this particular story.
So, right here, this little USB drive with all of the evidence saved on it, including the fucking doxing and revenge porn that I'm going to be giving to the police here in just actually another little while, actually. So, it was absolutely against the law. So, he's completely fucked in that regard. But for some reason, people believed the guy that broke the law and said the video was a misunderstanding and even took down his own video. But yet, for some reason, when he said, I got cucked by 5 black guys, that's the truth.
So he's also misrepresenting the misunderstanding aspect of it, okay? Kingston took down the video, not because he was retracting the claims that he made in the video. What he said was a misunderstanding. That was in reference to his misunderstanding about the circumstances behind the scenes that led to him releasing the video. I don't think he's ever said that what he claimed in the video and the evidence that he showed was he backed down from that story. It was just that he said that it was a misunderstanding about the circumstances that made him feel like he had to release the video in the first place, if that makes sense.
That's what actually happened. You see this serial liar, everybody, who has now been exposed for lying and being nothing but a slimy scumfuck? He's telling the truth about this one thing, right? Because that rumor's so convenient to believe if you dislike me.
But wait, hang on a minute. But there's evidence that it's true that it's true that Carissa did reach out for the gangbang situation. I don't really understand what this narrative is otherwise. I've got these messages here, which is Carissa setting it up or asking to set it up. on Wednesday the 7th of June.
The guy who isn't a C is sending a USB of
This
his
is obviously her side of
ex-wife's
it.
nudes to the cops.
Hey, I spoke to him and he's sending the money in increments like you thought he would. He sent 2,000 tonight through Western Union. He wants to do 6 black guys outside. He's sending 7,000 plus money for travel. Like, you know, you can say that the timeline means that you weren't cut, sure, but the fact that she was, you know, asking for advice and guidance and trying to set it up in some way is true.
I get
yes,
it.
it's real. Yes, yes.
So, furthermore, this Kingston guy is bad news. He's a bad person. Additionally, with him breaking the law and doxing her and posting pornographic images of her, linking it to her legal name and posting revenge porn, additionally to violating TOS, YouTube TOS and whatnot. He also was just a complete scumfuck towards Carissa. Again, there were some things that Carissa said that I don't really like and I feel a little bit hurt by, but none of it was ever like nothing ever escalated to like physical cheating or anything. There were just like a couple messages that I'm kind of like, I feel like you should have been a little more upfront with that. That's a little uncool. But that's it. There was nobody that was like cheated on or anything. But this guy was also a coercive piece of shit. He was manipulative, he was nasty, and he knew all of this private info now about Carissa, and he definitely had her in a position where she felt like she couldn't, as easily as she wanted to, say no to this guy. And I'm sorry, you've heard 2020.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to take a big issue with that. Okay, that is complete bullshit, and he's trying to perpetuate this narrative that Kingston is some sort of sex pest or coercive guy.
Hindsight's 2020, right? Well, we see the type of manipulative scumfuck that this guy was. Because as soon as she stopped responding to him because he started making her uncomfortable, he leaked all of her shit. He's a coercive piece of shit, and his actions thus far have proven it. Stop coping, dude. Just
This is giga cope, man. This is absolute fucking giga cope right now. Let's play a game. Let's play a little game, shall we? Who wants to play a game? Very convenient, isn't it? Very convenient that the original video from Kingston has been taken down. So the record of those messages... are not present anymore. Very convenient indeed, isn't it? However, I've got a copy here.
Hey, y'all.
However, I've got a copy here, and you guessed it, the nudes have been blacked out. So, you know, like, you know, in all seriousness, you know, whatever the cuck stuff, whatever, you know, I think he's painting an incorrect narrative. I'm just trying to, it's not that big a deal to me. It's not that big a deal to me. Okay. However, what I do take issue with is the way he's trying to paint Kingston as being coercive, when if you look at the actual information and the messages, we'll do it together. We'll do it together, okay? If we're going to continue to try and paint this narrative that Kingston was fucking being coercive with her, let's see if we can spot the coercion, shall we? Let's see if we can spot the coercion in these messages. So this video has thankfully been censored and exists now thanks to Bug Squander, a valued A-logger in my community. Okay. Let's have a little look and see if we can spot the coercion together, shall we? Help me out here, guys. Help me out here, guys. Can you spot the coercion? Let's have a look. You crop your face too much. That's the hottest part. Better. Much better. You're much more sexy when I'm getting confident vibes off you. Thank you. I like how forward you are with me. Oh, interesting. Let's continue.
Although entertainment.
I appreciate that. New topic. It's sexy. Yes, sir. Any coercion yet? Can anyone see any coercion? You know, is Carissa fucking locked into a fucking conversation with this guy? She can't possibly stop sexting like this. Like, what? Where is the fucking coercion? Tell me what sex would look like if you had complete freedom to do and try whatever you want to do. No pandering. Give me your honest answer. I think I would start with fucking you. I know you would be kind, but also give constructive criticism.
Industry, let's be clear, for like 15 years.
So then she talks about, you know, other people she's fucking. And then, so look at this conversation trail here. Look at this. You're more interested in fucking particular people than doing particular things. Yeah, at first I think. I've only fucked one very small category of people, guys who have grown up incredibly conservative and Christian, and a girl with some of the same background. I want some atheist dick, lol. I also want to do a cream pie gangbang, that's insanely hot to me. Can anyone point to me the coercion that occurred that led to Carissa saying this in this conversation chain? What coercion exactly occurred that she felt the need to volunteer, seemingly out of nowhere, that she wanted to do this kind of like, you know, insane sex act? Where's the coercion? It's such fucking cope.
So that's something that she was really interested in.
And then that's the messages we've seen. Pop in the cherry. How long do you think you last?
And, you know, her ears perked up. It also led.
It's completely situational, but if I'm trying to impress, I won't let it happen for at least a while. Just keep thinking about grandma. Girls respect you better when you can please them better. Really, you respect me even more than you do already when I make you come. To know that I have that much power over your body, that I can get to a place you've barely ever been, that would be difficult too. That's exactly why it will register as so significant to you when it happens. The other thing, and actually Ginger pointed this out on the panel the other day, the other aspect of their conversation was very clearly this kind of dom-sub dynamic, okay? So I think that what is being referred to at times as coercion is actually an aspect of their relationship that they had, of this dom-sub dynamic that she was clearly engaging in. I like how forward you are. Yes, sir. These are signs of a woman that is willingly engaging with someone who is being dominant with them.
To us kind of, you know, talking sexual with each other. Like, you know, she was saying,
what would you do to me? She's asking him to sext. What would you do to me? That is her saying, sext with me. Tell me gratuitous details about what you do to me. She is asking for it. Literally asking for it here. Not a fucking, you know, rape joke. She is fucking asking for sexting with him. Where's the fucking coercion in any of these fucking messages? I love your dick. I want it in me so fucking badly. Would you want me on top riding you?
Time. You know, how do you feel about this? Do I look good enough to have OnlyFans? That type of
Slow and steady. God, would you? It'd be so tight to try and fit inside.
shit. I'm just.
He's not even asked. He's not even fucking asking or putting any pressure on her to send nudes. And she is sending nudes. She's just sending nudes to him. What's the coercion? Where can anyone point it to me? Can anyone point me to where the coercion is here? I'm not seeing it myself, personally. I'm going to be honest with you. I think when women are volunteering up that they want to get cream pie gangbanged out of nowhere, okay, I've got to be real with you. I'm not sure if that's a coercion thing. I don't even want to read these, okay? There's too much. But do you see what I mean? Have I made my point? You can see quite clearly here what's happening.
Kind of coaching her. And we talking all sexual and shit, you know. She bought tickets where she was supposed to fly out actually this week, you know, to Houston, you know, so we can make it physical.
You are the perfect pretty little white girl. That's so hot. I feel like if I keep you close to me and get you great at learning how to game men, you're, you know, could make us both millionaires. And if you want to fly under the radar better, the way to do it is also by finding you a rotation of sugar daddies to maintain. Really, that would be pretty incredible.
Well, I got a message. Somebody I ain't never seen before. Somebody just messaged me and told me, hey, you know, somebody from that side.
Okay, anyway, I think I've made my point. The coercion narrative is something that's being perpetuated by Carissa and Hunter to try and malign an innocent black pimp dude, okay? Who's, well, I say innocent. You know, releasing the video was wrong. The excessiveness he released it was wrong. The fact he didn't adequately cover up the nudes was wrong, okay? That is what he's done wrong. But this idea that he was a sex pest or was coercive with her is total bullshit. She was a willing participant in what was happening.
just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not cheating. I agree, but it wasn't like an emotional like cheating thing. It was like she more or less felt kind of pressured and did stuff that I think she later felt guilty about as far as sending a couple messages. But no, I'm not saying it's not cheating, but the narrative that I got cucked or something is completely fucking false. So first, you can see here, let me load this up, that on May 17th, Kingston is talking about a photo shoot, and she was asking if she could bring me along. And he said, I don't mind him coming, but he doesn't have to. I'm not going to try to fuck you. When I'm in business mode, I want to get as much work done as possible. So he's trying really hard to like come off as like the very, friendly, nice guy. You can.
So here's the thing. Those messages from the 17th of the 5th, those messages I showed from the 24th, clearly there was an escalation in their conversation where they were talking about having sex with each other afterwards. At this point, it was a little bit more, about the OnlyFans stuff. I still think there's quite a strong theme of them having a sexual interest in each other at this point. But nonetheless, regardless of anything else, this doesn't explain the messages on the 24th.
And trust me, Well, fucking 2 days later, May 23rd, he completely backtracks on what he said. He says, even with you, our first convo went so well, and I liked your personality so much. I was giving way too much. And you can tell Chris is like, thank you, I think, okay. And he's like, it's a...
Oh my god, it's a total fucking hatchet job on Kingston again, not showing the messages later where she is willingly engaging in the sex thing. This is insane.
Compliment. You're a likable girl. If I was a square, I'd be trying to date you. You're the
Oh
type I
my
could see being a
god. I literally just showed the messages the day after this where they're literally fucking sexting with each other. But he's trying to show these messages to act like fuck. Like clearly this conversation led to an escalation, which then led to Carissa and Kingston having a both way willing sexual interaction, sexting.
girlfriend. So 3 days after you tell her you're not going to try to fuck her, don't worry, you're just keeping this professional, you then switch up and start flirting with her hardcore? Like, this guy is a scummy piece of shit. He is absolutely a scumbag, dude. He's a total piece of shit. It's hilarious. And then let's see. You can also see that multiple times, Carissa was bringing me up to further say, can you stop flirting with me? Because this is making me uncomfortable, bro.
Oh my god, it's such fucking bullshit. It's such bullshit. He's just fucking lying at this point. He's just fucking lying to cover for his own embarrassment about this. This is wild.
And then he starts going full-blown manipulation mode. He says, I just hate feeling that you process every sexual decision
This is
through will
total
anger my
bullshit.
husband. I know that's how you're taught to operate, but from my perspective, it makes me feel like you're not an individual human, like I'm somehow flirting with Hunter instead of you.
Oh, he's doing the sword
So
voice.
he's supposed to be just advising her with the OnlyFans stuff. He has connections to other OnlyFans models. This is not just some random guy talking a big game. He actually had connections, and it was obvious that he knew what he was doing. He says he's going to keep everything professional, switches on a dime, decides to say, actually, I think could see you being a great girlfriend, and now is trying to gaslight her into thinking that she's been taught to just accept that Hunter's in charge. The fuck? He is such a manipulative, subhuman piece of garbage. Yeah, some of the messages Carissa sent to the guy.
Oh yeah, he manipulated her into having a completely willing backwards and forwards sexting conversation. She had no choice but to send pictures of her asshole saying, I'm a bit tight, you wouldn't be able to fit in. Yeah, I'm sure that sounds fucking legit, doesn't it? What
Do you
the
think
fuck?
we're flirty? And also definitely are a little bit hurtful. But at the same time, when I see stuff like this, I'm like, I think that there were definitely better ways she could have handled it. But on the flip side, the narrative that she was just...
Yeah, way she could have handled it. Yeah, like not fucking sexting the guy if it was apparently being this super master manipulator guy. What? Why didn't you just say, oh no, I don't want to talk to you anymore?
flirting with other guys because Hunter was just so fucking lame. It's bullshit. The guy was getting more and more coercive and more manipulative. And I got to a point where it was like, the guy is bad news. And it's obvious because of the way that he reacted when she finally did cut him off. So there's him being a super manipulative piece of shit. He was also the one who was much more encouraging Carissa to do stuff without talking to me. It was very much, she was being respectful towards me and my awareness of everything. See, but look, even this one. So here you can see that he's giving advice. I'll walk you through everything, show the right way, you know, eventually connect you with one of my girls. It's very successful. And then he brings up me, because I guess an earlier message he mentioned running it by me, probably. He says, yeah, I'd expect you to run a decision like this by him. My advice is to just dabble a bit first. Make sure it's for you and then run it by him. And he's like, just send me nudes. Like, what the fuck? This can be her career choice. I don't even care. But like, right off the start, this guy is a walking red flag. He is a manipulative simp. He is a
I mean, listen, he's calling him a simp. Oh my God, Hunter. This is the biggest fucking L I've ever seen. What an absolutely fucking abortion of a fucking stream this has been. Why? He's messing with the bull. He's going to get the horns, I'm telling you.
a piece of shit. He's an insecure beta. And what happened is he's pissy because my now ex-wife left him on red. So he decided to leak all this stuff and break the law.
Left him on red. That's so dishonest. No, she had a very fucking willing sexting conversation with him, had spoken about meeting up to sleep with his girlfriend, which developed to sleeping with him and others, okay? Right? She booked flights to go down there and then cut him off. And funnily enough, I think her cutting him off did contribute him to releasing the video, not because he was a maligned simp, right? But because he was like, what the fuck is going to happen now? She's just cut me off out of nowhere. Oh my God, man. It is such cope from Hunter. Unreal.
It's so fucking cringe. Now, me and Carissa don't see eye to eye on stuff, on everything. And also, we have been 100. I've been a little bit, we've been in some fights for sure, because I have said, from the very start, I said, don't talk to this guy. He's not to be trusted. He's a piece of shit. And she didn't listen to me. And that.
Wait, hang on a second. Remember Stardust stream? Hunter was looped in. Have we got Stardust stream where it says Hunter was looped in at the top? Yeah. That sounds legit, doesn't it? You can't have it both ways. You can't be totally cool and comfortable with it and then kick off because she's messaging this guy that is obviously a sleazy dude.
This is blown up in everybody's faces now. So it's just like, what the fuck? So there has been some stuff like we don't see eye to eye on. I'm
also,
not over here like, because people are
also, if that's the case, why are you not more angry at Carissa for this? Like, I appreciate the guy releasing the video shouldn't have done that. But like, this is what frustrates me about this whole thing is Carissa is responsible for this. Carissa is the one that's also contributed to this. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what about her actions? Oh, man.
also trying to say that I'm simping for my ex-wife. Like, no, I'm just trying not to like unnecessarily throw people under the bus. But like, yeah, she should have listened to me and not trusted this guy for even a fucking second. And had she listened to me, then we wouldn't be in this situation. Yeah, like that's a little disappointing, but like, guess we got to learn it the hard way. Sometimes I can be right. But yeah, this drama just got super blown out of proportion. Your ex doesn't love you, get over it. Even if she doesn't, that's fine. We're not together anymore. Yeah, she's my ex for a reason. Like, but at the end of the day, the whole narrative that like I was left for a gangbang is not true, as we have screenshots now demonstrating separation and divorce was clearly being considered months back in August of 2022. Long before any of this happened. We now have the evidence showing that any rumors that I'm the two-pump chump is actually bullshit and has been misleading and edited. We have the evidence showing that Carissa was respecting my involvement in the OnlyFans thing. We also have the evidence showing that Kingston is a manipulative, simpy scumfuck who tries to weaponize his professionalism with this OnlyFans business to then take advantage of girls who might actually have a good chance in doing OnlyFans business stuff. He takes advantage of sex workers, and it's disgusting. He is a bad person. He broke the law, and yet for some reason, because he is spreading rumors that are very convenient for a lot of people that don't like me, all of his dishonesty is gone out the window, and instead, it's just this blind, we are just going to listen to this serial liar, because at least the lies he's telling.
So, okay, do you notice their narrative being prepared? Like, it's he's a bad guy, so we shouldn't believe what he says. Like, it is a complete fucking, it's an attempt at a complete, just shitting on his whole, what's the right word for it? When you shit on someone to make it seem like they're not worth listening to. It's that, basically. Because there's some truth in some of the criticisms, but then he's also putting in there a lot of stuff that benefits his narrative. And if you think that this Kingston guy is a character assassination. Yeah, character assassination. It's character assassination. Yeah, exactly.
Confirm the things that I want to believe about Hunter. That's really all it is.
Kingston is not a serial liar, by the way. You can criticize Kingston for a lot of things, but the idea that he's a serial liar, I just, absolutely do not fucking agree with at all. he has been more than willing to provide more information to try and contextualize a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Is at the end of the day. Was it your decision to end things? It was none of our decision. It was both of our decision. It was a mutual decision.
Because think about it, right? And we've obviously said this before, but if he's this terrible person who did all these terrible things, he's a revenge pornographer, he's manipulative, he's coercive, it makes it a lot easier to get the worst of the allegations around his neck so that people don't listen to him and don't take him seriously. But obviously, he has got information that he could present that shows his side of the story, but people aren't going to look at it because they're going to think he's this terrible, coercive sex pest pimp, whatever,
Hunter's exactly how these types of people vote. They know it's lies, but believe anyway. She put him on red and she doxed. Wait, what? With how much the guy was trying to make this about you, maybe it's your pants he was trying to get into? Yeah, who knows? Kingston said himself he was manipulative and purposely blurred professional with private. He then makes a video showing the woman's body barely censored while outing her anonymity. Yep. And yeah, of course, I get it that this is also another reason that people are so hung up on this is because they feel that it helps discredit my opinions on the red pill stuff. They feel like, hey, look, Hunter's such a cuck, and his whole view of masculinity totally failed, and his wife left him to go get gangbanged by a bunch of black guys. Ha ha ha, Hunter. I guess your soy boy mentality failed after all. And I get it. That also is a very convenient ad hom attack. But at the end of the day, it's just not true. At the end of the day, no matter how red-pilled you are, whether you are Andrew Tate or the King Cuck Sneeko himself, no matter how good with women you are, you can't make a relationship that's not compatible just be compatible. You can't do that. What you can do is apply your principles consistently and recognize that whether or not these rumors were true, even if I did get cucked, it actually doesn't discredit any of the data that I talk about in regards to the red pill stuff. It doesn't have anything to do as to whether or not...
God, could you imagine his next red pill debate? Some black dude, BX Beast Boy is like, yeah, what have you considered, Hunter? You're a cuck, and your wife left you for a gangbang. Actually, I think you'll find that I disproved with evidence that that's not what happened. And also, I've looked at the studies and data, and that actually proves that I'm right. Like, I just... We'll see, I guess. I've spoiler alert. Apparently, he opens his call up for debates later, but we'll see what happens.
Men suppressing their emotion is harmful for them or not, whether or not I got cucked. Thankfully, of course, I didn't get cucked, so I'm okay in that regard. But I get it. People feel like it's a really good way to just stop my arguments right in its path, and I get it. But at the end of the day, there's a reason this separation has still remained amicable, because I am still applying my principles consistently. And some of the...
It's because I don't know whether you know the extent of it and you're just lying about it for some reason, or you're just not facing up to the fact that, yeah, Carissa has been totally dishonest in every step of the way in all of this drama. Like, clearly, like, she has been doing stuff that wasn't within the bounds of what you were comfortable with. I don't know whether she's hiding that from you. I don't know whether you fucking, prove it, Chud. I've proven it already. I've already fucking proven that with everything I've shown.
The ways in which I was hurt throughout this situation was a bit of a lack of honesty, which is directly contrary to the type of relationship advice that I myself try to abide by and the relationship advice that I actually give, because I am a big proponent of being honest, of course. So the advice that I preach...
She tried to claim that she was just acquiescing to what Kingston wanted for the OnlyFans stuff when all the DMs I just... Do you want me to go over the 24th messages sexting again? Is that what you want me to do? Do you want me to talk about how she was talking about cream pies and how much she wanted this cock, right? While simultaneously later on saying, oh, actually, I was just doing what I wanted to do because he was coercive.
Wasn't even followed. So you can't even say, hey, your advice was followed and then it blew up in your face, because my advice wasn't fucking followed. So none of this adds up. People are going to try to undermine me for the red pill stuff for this, and I don't care because it's false. And so,
We'll
I
see how
mean,
that goes.
thankfully for me, I'm able to, I was able to pretty much just kind of like ignore this because I've been moving. So, yeah, but like people have gotten so hung up on this, it's insane. You obviously do care. Well, I mean, I care enough to address it, but I don't care enough to the point that like I'm not over here like crying about it. I'm crying myself to sleep over it. Yeah.
If you're ever in personal drama, I hope no one goes easy on you, Chud. When has anyone ever gone easy on... When I had my controversy, no one fucking went easy on me then. What? Like, what? Yeah. Sure, I expect no fucking remorse. I expect, you know, I expect it. If I have personal drama, I totally 100% expect people to pour over every fucking detail of it to shit on me. Like, yeah, welcome to the fucking internet, you stupid bitch.
I'll still cover red pill stuff, of course. My question is, why do you think the OnlyFan would have stayed anonymous with her face in it? Because.
Why do you expect it? Because number one, it's the internet. And number two, I'm a drama guy and I talk about other people's drama. So obviously, if I have some drama, people are going to fucking talk about it, aren't they? And people are going to go, oh, look, the guy that does drama about other people, now he's got some fucking personal drama. People are going to fucking love that shit.
Let's see. Thoughts on people covering it? People are going to cover it, again, because the rumors are convenient, but they're bullshit. Undead Chronic made like 50 videos about the situation. It was just really funny how like I didn't even say anything about it. It was just like some...
This argument is so stupid from people. Showing your face on OnlyFans doesn't mean you're not anonymous. But you're showing your face. That by definition means you're not anonymous. What?
dumb fucking hoe with 34 subscribers posts a video spreading lies and misinformation, and then everybody just runs with it. I'm like, does anybody even care that like what I'm gonna say about it first, or nah?
Okay, that's a totally bullshit point. Hunter released multiple statements on Twitter about this that he ended up having to delete. The day after the video came out, he released a statement on Twitter and people were talking about that.
How bad is your depression after losing the love of your life? My depression has been significantly better because me and Carissa were no longer the love of each other's lives, and that's why we came to a mutual decision to end things, and it's been very freeing since then. Wow, I covered it without buying into rumors. Yay, tomfoolery!
Oh my god, that's so sickening.
The logs make that clear. Local glow. What do the logs make clear?
Wait, what was it? Anonymous? Did he just answer the anonymous? Was that you asking it?
The rumor, and that's like what I'm gonna say about it first, or nah? How bad is your depression after losing the love of your life? My depression has been significantly better because me and Carissa were no longer the love of each other's lives, and that's why we came to a mutual decision to end things, and it's been very freeing since then. Wow, I covered it without buying into rumors. Yay, tomfoolery! The logs make that clear. Local glow. What do the logs make clear? Chud Logic is so lame. Are you still able to be friendly at this point?
Ooh.
Yeah, but because of some of the messages that were leaked and because of the way that I felt like I wasn't being listened to, it's definitely damaged some of like our interaction. But no, we're still like chill or whatever.
The thing is like, look, I've always said, I've got no personal issue with Hunter. I've got no personal beef with him. You know, but I don't know, people act like we were best buds or something. I don't know. He raided me a couple of times. I don't know why, you know, well, so just because he's raided me a couple of times and we've got an amicable situation and we follow each other on Twitter, I've got to keep still about the fucking thing. I don't know, man. And also, listen, I've got to be real with you, okay? I've got to be real with you. I actually, you're going to, I will admit some of my coverage was gratuitous. Okay? But actually, I was quite nice about this whole thing, okay? I knew about the video from my Thursday stream, but I didn't cover it because I thought it was a bit much and I wanted to see what would happen and if it did indeed blow up and everyone spoke about it. I did talk about it a bit. but I didn't actually cover the video initially. And I've shown the video since to show some of the DMs and stuff, but I haven't actually watched the video. I didn't watch like the original video, for example, where on stream, where it had like the nudes that you could kind of see, you know? Pull up the screenshots. But yeah, also, like, I don't know, I've been a bit gratuitous. I've made some memes. I've made some fun of it, sure, okay? But I feel like my coverage has been pretty fair, reasonable, and accurate on the whole. I don't think I've said anything wrong. I don't think that, you know, I challenge anyone to go and look at my coverage and find something that I got substantively wrong. That isn't, like, if you look at it at the time it was said, it's more reasonable to say what I said about it. Because, for example, some of my coverage was based on Hunter and Carissa putting out statements that they then deleted and rectified after the fact. So I was obviously going off the information that was available at the time and what they were saying. But Hunter and Carissa have contributed and perpetuated some of the misreporting on this issue that certain people have done. Obviously, some people are just malicious and want the shit on Hunter. But they themselves have put out statements which they've since retracted and changed and not clarified that. So of course people are going to get the wrong end of the stick. When initially Hunter was saying, his initial response was that all of the sexual stuff, all of the messages of sexual interest happened after they announced the divorce, which just wasn't true and was never true. So yeah. Actually, it wasn't as gratuitous as a Spicy Chat stream. They were looking at Amazon's wish list for OnlyFans. I mean, to be fair, I did do that on my own stream as well because it was funny. But listen, that was my fucking Discord and my second channel. I'll take responsibility for that as well. Obviously, I wasn't there, but, you know, it's a bit fucking shitty to be like, oh, yeah, it's nothing to do with me when it's literally my fucking Discord doing it, you know? So, listen, I'm always up for taking responsibility, okay? I'm always up for taking some responsibility. Unlike fucking Hunter, right? Yes, obviously, the Spicy Chat stream was extremely gratuitous, going over everything. My coverage has been gratuitous because there's stuff that I've covered that wasn't necessary. Like, I didn't need to go back and watch his debate with that guy that was lusting after Carissa, did I? But, you know, I think that overall, you'd be hard-pressed to find any element of my coverage that was, you know, largely incorrect or largely inaccurate, or me saying something about Hunter that is completely out of pocket or out of question. Go and look. Show it to me, and I'll show it if you find something. It was just funny, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the coverage about this was insane. I'm not going to lie. Particularly like Chud Logic. I get that he had a little bit of maybe like some valid qualms here and there with some inconsistencies or whatnot, which is fair, but like he started to seem really fucking deranged and I've definitely lost a huge amount of respect for him.
Deranged! I'm deranged! Okay, listen, look. Honestly, okay, listen. There was one particular stream I did where I definitely would agree that was deranged, okay? What was that? There was the YouTube stream where I went and watched the debate. When I went and watched the debate, do you remember? I was like in fucking, what's the word? It was like surreal. I had like a surreal moment on stream where I was just fucking laughing at all this debate shit, you know? But the thing is, you know, I would accept deranged if you're like, oh, that stream was kind of crazy where Chud was watching those videos and that's that. But I feel like he's using this as an overall criticism when I think most of all my coverage has been good. At times gratuitous, that YouTube stream was deranged. But nonetheless, I stand by my coverage.
After this. Fair, but like he started to seem really fucking deranged and I've definitely lost a huge amount of respect for him after this. I didn't watch a lot of his coverage. I'm not going to lie. I've been moving. I don't have time to watch it.
Wait! How does he know? How does he know? You spent like an hour just rattling off the cuck memes in a stupor. I mean, yeah, like, look, I'll take the deranged thing because I agree. There were some elements of my coverage that deranged. I'll take that on the chin, okay? But I've got to be real with you. The fact he hasn't watched it and he's got these comments about it is a bit cringe.
And I already knew it was bullshit. I didn't need to hear the same lie repeated over and over again. I was just like, well, I've got to move, and once I'm settled, I'll address it when I can, basically. But I just, man, Chud Logic, with him going all like, there's the conspiracy, Hunter and Carissa are working together. It's like, geez, dude, it's not the X-Files. It's just like a personal relationship ending. Like, calm the fuck down.
Okay. The problem I've got is that both of their I actually think that they're not like working together. I think one of the problems is they've been separate in actually addressing this. But I think it's undeniable that they've both been making efforts to make Kingston look like a terrible person in any way they can, to dismiss or underplay, you know, some of the genuine criticisms or issues that have become present as a part of this. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he does have some valid criticisms of me, of course. I've said there's definitely criticisms I'd accept of my coverage of this whole thing. But I feel like, he's doing this thing where he's extending it out to kind of discredit what are often like fairly reasonable comments or criticism or commentary on what's happened. Thank you for the
showed the DMs. I mean, I just showed DMs.
It's over. Hunter Chud Bros.
All right, let me go ahead and unmute
Hunter Chuds. I don't feel so good.
Regenerate saying 6 to 5. Yes, the race baiting thing was weird and showed they were biasly motivated. True. Dr. Cruiser thanks for the $2. Is Elon cis? He ain't comfortable being called cis. It's because he's insecure.
Oh, I'm turning
Serial 77. Thank you for the $2. I don't give a fuck how many pumps as long as it pumps. Holy shit. That's funny. Regenerate saying thank you for the $12. Wonk wonk wasn't cucked. The message I read so far did show the power dynamic I see in a video, a specific video, and Carissa showed in those messages showed she was backing away. This is an apology, not a donation. Oh, well, either way, thank you for the donut, my friend.
Bullshit.
Niwan, thanks for the $5. She definitely could have handled it better. What I'm taking from it is that she flirted a bit to get him to shut up. I know that happens sometimes. I'm so glad you have the
flirted a bit to get him to shut up. Oh, this is what's so annoying about this whole thing. That's not what happened at all. Flirted a bit. Yeah, good one. That's kind of downplaying it a bit, isn't it? Oh. Fuck me, man. Honestly, I hate this. The digital lynching continues.
The evidence for the cops. Yeah, thank you. And the guy Cash thanks for $10. Bro, the type of whippersnapper to say, if I can't have coochie, no one can. Enjoy some edible on me, King.
Thank you.
Either way, thanks.
What is this? Oh, no. Oh, no. Hunter. What is this? After my video last night demolished the dumb rumours that I got cucked, Chud Logic himself is in massive cope mode as his conspiracies have been debunked. The only disaster stream was his own stream covering the drama in such a dishonest and disrespectful manner. Cope harder, Chud Logic. The bridge is burnt and my respect for you is gone. Is this real? Is this real? Oh no. It's all over, guys. The cope is endless. The cope is fucking endless with this guy. It's been debunked. Well, there it is, guys. The Hunter Avalone Chud Logic bridge is finished. Does he really think that that stream made him look good? It's bemusing to me that he thought that selectively sharing certain screenshots would make him look good. I just don't understand. And now he's attacking me when I'm going over his disaster. Yeah, it was a disaster, mate. I don't know what to tell you. Pinged everyone about it too.
I'm doing 6
listen, I've actually been quite nice to Hunter about this, okay? I know I've been a bit good with this. I've tried to be nice to Hunter. And now he's fucking taking shots at me. I don't know, man. It's a bit fucking shit, isn't it? What the fuck? Right, we're going public. We're going loud. Guys, we're going loud. Right, I've tweeted out about it. I've tweeted out about it. Right, guys, no more Mr. Nice Chud, okay? No more Mr. Nice Chud. Look at this. Hunter seems to be unhappy with my coverage of his absolutely disastrous recent drama and is claiming I've spread conspiracies and that I'm coping. Let me know when you're free to speak on stream so we can hash out where you have issues with my coverage, what conspiracies I've stated, and what exactly I'm coping about. There we go. How have I been nice? I sent him a nice message. He came by my stream. And he said he wanted to come on stream. And then after watching a bit of my coverage, okay, and then after watching a bit of my coverage, he was like, "Oh no, actually I'm busy. I can't come on stream." I then sent him a really nice message where I said, "Hey man, yeah, I've made some jokes about this. If you want to get your coverage sorted, that's fine, but you're welcome to come on stream and we can talk about this, okay?" Never responded to me, okay? Then on stream last night, he's taken a couple of shots, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I understand that. And now he's fucking atting his whole Discord, calling me Chud Logic, saying I'm in fucking cope mode. Dude, give me a fucking break. Fucking retard. Anyway, there we go. We'll see if he responds. The thing is like, listen, in all seriousness, it's a funny meme, but the cuck stuff is totally fucking irrelevant to me. I don't know why he's lashing out with me of all people. There's loads of people that have been shitting on him. Obviously, I guess he presumed that I was going to be super nice to him about it, and I have been quite nice, I feel. But now he's kind of attacking me and claiming that I'm spreading conspiracies and saying that I'm coping. What exactly am I coping about? Can anyone explain what I'm coping about? I honestly don't understand what I've got to cope about. I'm not the one whose ex is messaging someone about a fucking, 6-man gangbang with potential piss play. I've got nothing to fucking cope about. I've just been covering the drama as it's come. If you know what I mean. Let me ask you a question, guys. If it came out that Stephen Crowder's ex-wife was trying to set up all black 6-man piss gangbang orgies, would anyone have any fucking qualms about my coverage of that? I don't know. I feel like everyone would be like, oh yeah, I can't believe Stephen Crowder's doing that. It's so funny. Oh, even if she arranged it after they'd split up. Anyway, we'll see if he wants to talk. I'll happily, listen, I am fucking happy to talk to Hunter about it. No problems at all. I'm even happy to accept some criticism of the way I've covered this. I'll accept some criticism. But the idea that I've spread conspiracies is fucking insane.